What's up guys, Tech and Tyler, and today I'm going to be showing you this really cool, really old fluorescent tube. Now just to kind of get it out of the way, this fixture is actually a fixture that I have redone, completely cleaned up. I cleaned the chrome on it here, which these things are fingerprint magnets. But I went through the whole fixture, rewired it, cleaned the sockets, cleaned the plug on the bottom of it down here, and cleaned the switch. Everything has been gone through, redone, cleaned. And I'll make a video on this fixture as well eventually, and all the other ones I have. I have a bunch of these, but I love these little fixtures. Unfortunately, with this fixture, if you can tell, it's got a little fin here on the side. Somebody has cut the fin on this side, and I have 3 of these ones that are like that, and I'm not too sure why they did it. I guess it was because they were squished over top of like a window frame or against a mirror or something like that. Not too sure. I'm not too sure of why somebody did it. I'm also not too fond of why somebody did it. But, oh well. Hey, they're still good fixtures and they work. So I have ideas for these, so this doesn't affect the usage of it. But that's not the star of the show today. The star of the show today is this super cool, really old Westinghouse Mazda bulb here. Now, if we get a look at the etch right here, you can see it says Mazda, the really old Westinghouse logo before they had the dots on top of the W. And as you can see, it's blue. Yes, this is actually a blue bulb. And this bulb also is like practically brand new. The ends have like no darkening on it. I don't think this has ever been used. It's in really good condition. And as you can tell, it's got the super nice brass end caps. Now, fun little history lesson here. And quote me if I'm wrong, but I think I could be right on this. But being that this bulb has brass end caps means that this is pre-World War II, which would put it somewhere between 40 to 41. I would think maybe early 42, not too sure, but somewhere in the super earlies to late, early 40s, late 30s. And that is because back in the day when World War II happened, they needed all the brass and copper for all of the ammunition for back in the day. So these old bulbs used to have brass end caps, and they eventually had to stop doing that and converted them all to steel or aluminum to use all of that brass and copper for the ammunition, and then eventually realized probably too it was cheaper just to use the steel or aluminum end caps versus the brass end caps. So if that is correct on my knowledge with these, that is super cool that this is, a pre-World War II era bulb, and I have a couple of these. I could be wrong on that information, so anyone in the comments feel free to put their, thoughts and opinions on what they know, but that's what I believe is the reasoning of why they eventually switched from the brass end caps to the aluminum steel ones and why this is so old. But yeah, so super nice old bulb. And so we're going to test it, and I'll show you it cutting on here, which the starter I'm going to use in it is an Eagle starter, FS2, 15-20 watt. It can do other ones in between, so it can probably do 14 as well, but they only list it as 15 to 20. So let me put the starter in here. Sometimes these starters can be a little tricky to get in. They don't always want to work sometimes. And then let me get the bulb installed here. And let me plug this fixture in. Now it does have a switch, but I'm not too sure what position the switch is in, so we'll see if it automatically cuts on or if it doesn't, which so far no, it hasn't cut on. So okay. So good. So we'll get this turned on, turn it on a couple times with the light on, and then we'll turn the lights off and cut it on and off a few times with the light off. So here we go. And it's not doing nothing. Not too sure why. Hold on, pause for a second. Little technical difficulty. Okay, sorry about that. I forgot. It's been a minute since I've touched this fixture, and I forgot these switches are a little goofy. I was turning it the wrong direction. So here we go. And look at how nice of a blue that is. Now you can maybe hear that fixture buzzing a little bit on the startup, and that's because when it comes to these fixtures, and when I restored these, I wanted to keep all original components in it as possible. So original ballast, original wiring, as long as it's not, you know, bad dried up cloth wire. A lot of these have cloth wire in it, so it kind of tells you the age of these. So, but I like the fact that, you know, it has all the original components in it, and you know, it's not too loud. It's just the startup on it's a little loud, but yeah, gorgeous blue color. In person, it's a super nice blue. It kind of looks a little bit like the UV blue, a little bit, for like, you know, bug zappers and stuff like that, that UV blue, but not to that extent. It's just a super nice blue. So let me cut that off, cut it back on again. We get some nice preheat out of that with how blinky it gets. And I don't like using this bulb a whole lot, just because of the fact that, you know, how old it is. But let me cut the lights out real quick and we'll get a good look at it while it's a little darker in here. So yeah, now with the lights off, let me get this focused in a little bit. Yeah, you can see on this bulb, there's not a speck of darkening on the ends. I mean, this thing is pristine, perfect condition. So let me turn this off again. Just, it's such a nice blue color from this. And I do have a couple of colored bulbs. I don't really have a whole lot of colored bulbs, so I'll tell you in a second. Let me cut the light back on and turn this back off, just so I can preserve this. I don't like to use this bulb a whole lot. I've only cut it on maybe a couple times just to test it, and now for this video. But I actually have a couple of different colored bulbs like this, with the brass end caps, which I'll make videos of. I have a couple that are, I have this blue one, I have, I think, a pink one, I might have 2 pinks and 2 blues, not too sure. I also have a few reds and a couple yellows and some you know, soft green color ones, but they're not, a couple of them have the brass end caps, but not all of them that are color have brass end caps. But the blues and the pinks do, but the green ones not so much. But yeah, I'll make videos on those eventually as well. But yeah, I just wanted to make a, you know, a little video showing off this really, really cool brass end capped, which, as you can see, there's no logos or nothing on this little like Bakelite piece here, or nothing on the edge of it on either side of it. It's only just the logo right there. But yeah, overall, it's a super good quality bulb because of the age, and it works fantastic. Super nice blue color. I love how, you know, blue this bulb is, and just how nice of a color tone it is. Super cool, super unique. So yeah, keep a lookout for other videos that I make. Maybe this fixture or the other ones like it, or more on these bulbs. So stay tuned and see what I come up with a video next. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and until then, thank you.